I'm Ron Kaplan from the New England restaurant Exposé, coming to you live. Today we have a great guest. We have chef owner Nick Iannuccilli from Iannuccilli's restaurant, Cranston Street, Cranston, Rhode Island, Knightsville area. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Nick in now. Morning, chef.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
So, to get right to it, tell us a little bit about Chef Nick, his background, and where you went from and where you are today, your training, your education in food.
Yeah. Well, I never went to culinary school. I mean, I worked in restaurants my whole life from 14 onwards, so 14 years old. And, from the Narragansett area to all those restaurants and up here in the Providence area and, traveled to Italy. I was born in Italy, lived in Bologna. I lived in Perugia, Italy. I was born in Bologna, been to Italy many times. I lived in Perugia for 4 months in the 90s and then came back and opened up my first restaurant, which is Florentine Grill. That was 92. And just kind of went from there and had different restaurants, different areas. I had a Tuscan Tavern in Warren. Florentine Grill moved to a bigger building from my first location to a much bigger building in North Providence. And then we did that for a couple of decades and, really just been doing it my whole life. And here I am today, many, many years later, still doing it. And we love what we do. My wife and I are in the business together and we love it. We love it. Cranston, we love the area. We love the people here. It's just it's a great spot for us.
Well, that's great. Tell me, how has COVID affected your business? Did you close it all during COVID?
Yeah, I mean, we opened about a year and a half ago, our new location, Iannuccilli restaurant over here in Cranston. So we were open for about 9.5, 10 months before the COVID shutdown happened. And we had never done takeout before that. And COVID kind of forced our hand a little. After we were shut down over here for 5 weeks and at home, I was like, no, while other restaurants are doing takeout, I said, we got to go do takeout. And we did, and it's been great. It really has. It's been a big boost to our business, and we've figured it out how to do it, properly. And because I had never done takeout before, all my restaurants really didn't do a lot of takeout at all. And now it's become part of the business, and that's pretty much how it's affected us. We have the capacity in the dining room. We're not doing outside seating anymore, and takeout has been a big, big boost. And with the area we're in, the surrounding areas of Weston, Cranston, Dean Estates, Garden Hills, etc. This Cranston area, great spot for restaurants. Cranston's a great city. We love it. And I guess people don't like to cook. They like to get takeout and go out to eat. So that's what we benefit from it. And we're very happy. That's how it's affected us. I don't want to say positively, but when life gives you lemons, you got to make limoncello out of it somehow. And that's basically what we've done with our business, is just dealing with this situation, my wife and I.
So this is your first time getting into takeout in a big way.
Yes, and we have plans to further that. Now, we have half capacity in our dining room, so it's easy for us. I'm in the kitchen every night. It's easier for us to do the takeout and to not affect the dining, people who are in the restaurant dining, with the quality of the food, or not even that. So like the timing and people waiting a long time for food because you have so many takeout slips. We're not having that issue. We can do both. Now, when we go back to full capacity, we're going to have to adjust takeout a little just so we can make those people that come into the restaurant have the great experiences they've been having. And I don't want the takeout slips to, we call them slips, the orders in the kitchen, to affect the people dining. You got to understand, every restaurant that does takeout, it's an unknown. Some nights slow for takeout, other nights you get all these crazy orders, people wanting 6 steaks and 14 entrees out of the blue. You just don't. And I have a small restaurant, so ordering the food, getting the food ready, prepping the right amount of stuff for the night, that's all an unknown sometimes. So this is really where we have figured it out, to say that we can do it like this. Now, like I said, when the restaurant and everything gets back to normal, we're going to have to adjust that a little. But going on into the future, where takeout is going to be a huge part of our business, Because people's habits have changed. COVID, some people don't like to go out to eat. I completely get it. Some people are tired after a day of work. They're going to be able to get takeout from Iannuccilli from here on in.
So how do I order? Is it difficult to have takeout taste the same after, if I'm only living in Dean Estates, driving from Cranston Street to Dean Parkway?
No, I mean, that's the beauty of it. A lot of our clientele is from the area. So the takeout, people have told me the whole time, takeout's fantastic because I use the right containers. Everything's wrapped in Saran. We really do a good job. It's all hands on deck with takeout. My wife, in the front of the house, back of the house. So it travels great. Something like a steak. You want a steak rare, we tell the people on the phone, or say you want a steak medium. We tell the people on the phone who are ordering it, well, I'll undercook it a little for you. So the travel time, it's called residual cooking. The steak is in that tin container. It's continuously cooking for even 10 minutes makes a big difference on a steak. 5 minutes makes a big difference. So we adjust for that when you're ordering a veal chop, which I'm known for. And excuse me, the sirloin on our menu, which is fantastic. I have a fantastic sirloin. Listen, everything on the menu is completely value oriented too. We're a full service Italian restaurant, but there's a huge amount of value there. The portions are very. My drinks are great. I know the game. That's the formula. To be a great restaurant, you need great food. You need to be there. You need to check all the boxes, and value is definitely one of them. Big drinks. We're in Cranston. People like a nice glass of wine. You can't give them a little glass of wine, and that goes with our food too. You have to give people a lot of bang for the buck, and we do that.
Full bar menu. I mean, full bar as far as mixed drinks, wine, beer, everything.
Oh, yeah, we have a full bar, great wine list, which we're actually doing over as we speak. We go full drinks, and we don't have seating at the bar because I am a small restaurant. I opted to do all the seating at the tables, because of COVID. Normally we'd have 12 seats at the bar, but right now no. I don't have the plastic up, and I have no seats at the bar. It's just at the tables. But yeah, full menu. All full drinks. Martinis are huge, and glasses of wine, beer, everything. I don't have a tap system. We have bottles. Still great. It's a great setup. We're happy with what we're doing.
Well, it's a testament to you. You've taken which was a pizza restaurant, and you've made it into a fine dining Italian restaurant. You've got, a stone's throw away. You've got Marchetti's. You've got Cafe Eatery. Yep. You've got L'Osteria, and your parking lot's full every night you're open.
Well, thank you. Yeah, but you know what? You have to be in those areas where other restaurants are. I mean, I've learned a lot over the years. I've been doing this since 92. I've been an owner since 1992. I opened when I was 24 years old. I'm 53 now. So I've been doing this a long time. I've learned over the years about location, about where to be, and human beings are creatures of habit. So they go to the areas. They go to the restaurant rows. Federal Hill, for example, in Knightsville, same thing. And I love. And once I saw that building, a pizza place, I'm like, this is such a great location, and I'm surprised no one else caught on to it, but and we bought it, right? I was living in Florida at the time, wanting to come back to Rhode Island. We lived there for 5 years, both coasts, Fort Lauderdale and the Cape Coral coast, and Hurricane Irma really changed our minds, and we missed home anyway. Grass isn't always greener. We're true Rhode Islanders. So I saw that, because we would travel back and forth all the time to Rhode Island, and we knew we were moving back, and I saw that location, and I'm like, I jumped on it right away. We had to, haggle with the price and all that stuff, but we bought the building. I knew right away. I'm like, this is just a tremendous location, and it turned out to be right. It was really a great location because of all the people that have put Knightsville is still a very Italian area, and the people surrounding in Cranston, and they know good food and good quality food, and that's why we fit in. That's why I fit in there, because I been doing this my whole life. I've been, around the Rhode Island restaurant scene my whole life, and I just knew that would just be a home run spot, and it ended up being right.
Great. All right, we're going to take a quick break. This is the New England Restaurant Exposé, sponsored by sfbnri.com, Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, and we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back. This is the New England Restaurant Exposé. We're with the chef owner, Nick Iannuccilli of Iannuccilli's Restaurant. Nick, first of all, let's get into the food. Let's talk about the food and the culinary. Talk to us about this.
Okay, that is our veal parmesan. So what we do is we take veal chops, actual veal chops with the bone. We pound them out nice and thin, and then we, egg, flour, and breadcrumb them pretty much to order, and we shallow fry them. So we have a fry later, but we use a pan on the top, so the veal sits right in the top of the oil. It's not like submerged in it, and we fry both sides, undercook it a little, because then we take them and put them in the oven. Don't want them over. We undercook them a little bit just to forget the breadcrumbs golden brown. Then we put the cheese on first, because if you put the tomato sauce on first, marinara sauce, which is fantastic, by the way, the breading will tend to get a little soggy. The cheese acts as a barrier. So we cheese them, put them in the oven. Then when they come out, we plate them. Sauce goes on last. That happens to be a side of penne. That one's with, with sides of rigatoni, linguine, spaghetti, whatever you want. And a huge hit. That's probably our number one seller. I mean, in some nights it changes, but a huge hit. It's a great out of veal. You're getting actual veal chop as a veal parmesan. So, and since I've been doing this, I mean, here at this restaurant, been open almost a year and a half, you start to see these pop up a lot lately, and at other restaurants. I mean, it's been that success for us that people are really, so great item right there. I recommend those to everyone.
Great. Let me ask you a question. Is it sauce or gravy?
Gravy has meat in it. Our marinara sauce does not. Now, if I was making they call it ragu in Italian, like bolognese is a beef ragu. So bolognese sauce is what we call it here in the United States with the pork, the ground pork, veal, and beef. That's a bolognese sauce, not a bolognese gravy. But a Sunday gravy has all the big chunks of meat, the meatballs, the sausage, the pork rib, the chicken in there, and other things. So, that's what I tell people. I mean, it's a sauce. It's a tomato sauce, a marinara sauce, and gravy is something different. But we make gravies too. Gravy, brown gravy for chicken. Gravy boats. I mean, gravy on the mashed potatoes. It's a gravy too. So everyone's got their own opinion, but for me, it's sauce.
All right. What do we got here, Nick?
Okay. This is we do fantastic pizzas. Pizzas are tremendous. Okay, and they're big, and like everything I said earlier is very value oriented and at a high quality on our menu. That's that's the formula. So this is a pizza vacanza, we call it, vacation. Italian word for vacation, because it's what you have on vacation. It's our blend we bake on the pizza, and you can see on one of there's fig jam under there. That's so that you can kind of see it on the corners over here, and that's fig jam we make in house. We bake it with the cheese, and then when the pizza comes out, we lay a prosciutto on it. arugula, and shredded Reggiano Parmigiano right on top, and that's it. So the prosciutto is actually heated from the residual heat when the pizza comes out of the oven. It's heated through, and the nice fresh arugula goes on top, and the cheese, and that's it. That's a winner. We've got some other great pizzas too. We've got a pizza patata, a potato pizza that's a huge hit. People who have it love it. It's got mashed potatoes on it, the pizza cheese, no tomato sauce, rosemary, mascarpone cheese, a little red onion, another great hit. And then we've got the traditional pizzas too. I mean, pepperoni, I use the cup and char pepperoni, which is the ones that kind of cup up a little, and you see the little beautiful pepperoni juices in there when it comes out of the oven. They cup up, so it's not your regular pepperoni. It's actually a sausage it's called cup and char. It's pepperoni flavor, and it comes from upstate New York. That's the one we use for our pepper. And we adjust pizzas. People want a half and half. They want whatever. So, but that's a good one right there. The Vacanza, people love it.
And tell me about a few other appetizers you do. You do calamari?
Yeah, we have calamari. I mean, obviously, we're lucky here in Rhode Island. We have some of the best calamari in the world. That's known all over the world from Point Judith. So we use that, and we don't toss it in the hot peppers. You can have hot peppers. You can have marinara with it. You can have an aioli. We make a nice caper flavor, like aioli sauce or white sauce with it too. We serve those all on the side. So the calamari, I get told this all the time from people, beautifully crisp, even to go. Sometimes things will get soggy. The calamari travels very well, but when it gets special because it's nicely battered, golden brown when we fry it, and you can put the sauces on yourself so it stays nice and crisp, doesn't get all soggy. Sometimes we'll do a calamari special, which we call it the caprese, which is a balsamic reduction sauce, a little tomato, basil, and herbs in it, and a little hint of mascarpone. Mascarpone is the only cheese I'd ever put with seafood, and that's what we do with a couple of things with mascarpone. So, calamari meatballs. I make the meatballs myself. No one else makes them. I make the meatballs. And those are great, 3 to order. That's a very value-oriented dish. Our shrimp dishes, our salads, a lot of great appetizers. Our clam zuppa we have, we're always doing some kind of special too. And like I said, we can adjust things for people. And then we have our pastas and our entree section: pizzas, appetizers, pastas, and entrees, and desserts. That's the dish that's grilled Kentucky approved, and I took a picture of it in the to-go container. They took these pictures last night. We were very busy, so I was just taking pictures when I could. I was actually cooking and using my phone to take at the same time. But that is tacchino perugia. Now, the reason I call it's grilled turkey tenderloins. Very, very well known. Probably my most well-known dish. I started that on day one, ever owning a restaurant. I brought this dish back. No one had ever seen it before, including my father. He thought I was nuts putting it on the menu. I had this in Perugia, Italy, where I lived for 4 months. And the first time I had it, I'm like, oh, my God, why don't we have this in the United States? I've never seen this before. We see turkey for Thanksgiving. We eat turkeys that are roasted and carved. That's how, or turkey sandwich, etc. So what I do with this is I take the whole raw turkey, I cut it, I marinate it. There's a trick to marinating this. It has a white wine, olive oil, and herb marinade, a lot of rosemary in there. No salt. No salt is in this because turkey's naturally a little bit salty, and a lot of these turkeys come to us pre-brined. That's how they deliver them in the food industry. And so I don't add salt to it, but it is a number one seller, and it's a big portion. It's an unbelievable value, 2 pieces. And it comes with your side. All of our entrees come in sides of pasta or potato, our red bliss mashed potatoes, and the vegetable of the night. Last night it was green beans with a nice alioli sauce, and our red bliss mashed potatoes are fantastic. So that's a winner right there. Tacchino Perugia, grilled turkey.
Great. And is the building? Plenty of parking?
Oh, plenty of parking, and we own the building behind this building. So my wife and I are going to be moving there. So we have a lot of parking behind the building as well. Plenty of parking. There's on-street parking. I mean, Knightsville's a great little area. There's really no parking issues. People might think there are because our lot looks busy, but just drive another 10 feet and you'll see a spot. But yeah, this, like you said, that building was a pizza place. that little symbol above the door is Lorenzo de Medici, the founding father of Florence, above the door with all my COVID stickers on it. I mean, usually wasn't like that, but now it is. I bought that when I opened up Florentine Grill in 92, and I never had used it. I bought it when I was in Italy. I've been to Italy like 17, 18 times. Like I said, lived there. I was born in Bologna. So I bought that, never used it. So we moved to Florida, we moved back to Rhode Island. I traveled with all this stuff with me, pictures and whatnot. I said, you know what? I'm going to put this up, and I put it right on top of the door. I knew it would be a good luck charm for us, and it has been. That's Lorenzo de Medici, the founding father of Florence.
That's great. So during COVID, tell me, how are you keeping everybody safe? Customers, employees?
Yep. We are, it's 50% seating on the inside. We don't have our bar available. We make sure everyone you don't get through that door unless you have a mask. There are signs all over the door, don't come in. And our employees don't enter the building without a mask, and they can only take it off or go out away from the building if they need a breath of fresh air or whatever. But we're masked, constantly cleaning. I mean, it's like between sanitizing and everyone washing their hands, it really is a constant situation. The bathrooms, obviously, all the surfaces. We use paper menus. We have pepper grinders, pepper mills, but we also give the packets of salt and pepper to people, so nothing's really being used. And we use tablecloths too. So really clean surfaces. We clean in them every day and every night. It's a fanatical thing with us. Kitchen the same way. Kitchen, I mean, it takes us, guys in the kitchen a couple of hours to break down, clean the kitchen every night. And we're constantly cleaning it throughout the night. So it's a constant thing.
All right, we're going to take another break. This is the New England Restaurant Exposé, sponsored by sfbnri.com, Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, and we'll be back in a minute. And we're back. This is the New England Restaurant Exposé, sponsored by Sports Fan Base Network of Rhode Island. And we're with chef owner Nick Iannuccilli from Iannuccilli's Restaurant. Nick, I was thinking at the break, celiac, gluten-free, somebody comes into your restaurant, what do you have for them?
Yeah, we have gluten-free pasta, gluten-free penne, excuse me, and all the grilled meats, they're all gluten-free. And obviously, we don't have gluten. We don't have gluten-free bread. We don't. There's other items, plenty of don't have gluten that we can make for them. Vegetarian, same thing. Whatever vegetables we have in the house, we can put something together for them, whether it be a pasta or a grilled veggie plate or something like that. In fact, we're going to upgrade the menu, and I might end up putting just a grilled veggie plate on there, grilled and roasted veggies. So we try to accommodate everyone. A special request, no butter, this, that, the other thing, no salt. I do all that in the kitchen. The only things we'll say no to, if we're too busy, can you make me a special this or that? I mean, our kitchen's small, so we have to accommodate other people who are dining and the takeout and everything. And I just can't up some special, dish out of the blue some nights. But I might not have the ingredients, or it might be too difficult prep time or whatever. But for the most part, we really do accommodate everyone with what they want and their allergies and their requests and whatever they need.
Do you do nightly specials or weekly specials?
Oh yeah. So we'll do like chicken saltimbocca is not on the menu. We'll do that. We do fruta di mare pastas with all the scallops, the shrimp, the seafood in them. As far as steaks, we'll do steak specials, and it depends on, what the purveyors tell us, what we see. I tend not to do specials with like leftover stuff. We just don't do that. I rather plan those and buy the products for those particular specials. That's how I've always done it, and the specials are special because of that. They're not just you gotta have to get rid of something. I don't do that. We don't have that issue. I'm a small restaurant, one freezer. It has a couple of items and ice cream and some other things, and everything's refrigerated, and we get a lot of product in daily. We're open 5 nights a week right now, from 4:30 on. We're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. So, we have to really work with what we have. So our specials are good. Our specials are meant to be a special. And, and it depends on the season too. Like I had tomato salads all summer. We had a garden at the restaurant, back of the restaurant. My tomato salads are probably they're the best I've ever had. Because I love tomato salads. I grew up eating them. So over the years, I fine-tuned. I used 3 different vinegars, 2 different oils. Not overdone, not over-seasoned. They're just phenomenal with burrata cheese. So that was a running special for a season. So, we'll see with once COVID gets a little, once we get through this a little more, the situation, some new specials but our specials are good.
I hear there's a dessert your wife makes. It's a specialty.
Oh yeah. Yep. Flan. I should have taken a picture of it, but my wife's Portuguese, so we do have, like last night we ran clams Portuguese. So those are Rhode Island little necks, sautéed with Fall River chorizo, potatoes, and I wish I took a picture. I didn't though. Potatoes and a tomato white wine herb sauce. Garnish it with some scallions and spices. Fantastic. So she's Portuguese, and she has this. Portuguese have this dessert flan. Excuse me, FLAN. And her Aunt Fatima over in East Providence makes the best one I've ever had in my life. I got addicted to this dessert, and I'm like, we have to have this at the restaurant. So my wife got the recipe, and we bought the biggest flan pans they had. We went to Fall River to buy them at the store called Portugalia. And the flan is outrageous. It is just one of the best desserts I've ever had in my entire life. Now, that being said, we make bread pudding in-house too. My chef Rob makes a fantastic bread pudding. And we have some other desserts as well. We are updating our dessert menu before we come back for the Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's going to come, and we're upgrading the dessert menu for the month of December and onward. So we have some other special desserts coming too, but the flan is really spectacular. I sell a ton of it to go. So someone ordered just 1 flan last night to go because they were craving the flan. They stopped in, they picked it up, and they left. So that's it. Yeah, I recommend it. Definitely try it out.
How about the holidays? Anything special? You open, close, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve? What's going on?
This year, we are closed for Thanksgiving. So we're closed Mondays and Tuesdays anyway. And the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we're going to be closed because that's a big going out drinking night with no bars, me not having a bar. It's not going to be really worth it for us to open, and people at home cooking. This is a different year. This is a different scenario than all the other years I've been in business. And so Thanksgiving Day, we're closed. I have a small restaurant anyway. Thanksgiving is usually for larger groups. And what's going on now, I don't know any restaurants. I'm sure a few are open. I'm just not sure off the top of my head. We're not open for Thanksgiving, but we are open for the month of December. I'll announce those hours in another week or so, because we're going to be open a lot during that month to accommodate Christmas parties of up to 8 people, up to 10 people rather. Christmas Eve, where they're selling gift certificates anyway, we're going to do a limited takeout menu only up until like 6 o'clock. So, for example, calamari, all the seafood dishes, the haddock, we'll probably do a snail salad, schmelz. I also in the past, I've had a cooking show on many years in Rhode Island. And one of my famous phrases it's got to be 20 years ago now. I did a cooking show and I dressed as Santa. And one of my people love this phrase. I had a glass of wine. I was cooking during the show, and I said, "Santa loves schmelz." And people still come up to me to this day without even saying hi. I didn't stop and shop like, I don't know, a month and a half ago. And I heard someone say that to me. I was just started laughing. So Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, we're going to be open for regular inside dining, whatever that is at that time. Christmas Eve, we're doing takeout. Sorry. New Year's Eve, we're open for inside dining. And people can call. I'm going to update that on our website's being updated as we speak too. I have a new website being done. And also the Facebook page. So I'll let that customers. We have a lot of great loyal customers and people from the area know us. So the word of mouth spread is very easy for us just to tell people a few things, and it kind of catches on quickly with Facebook nowadays and social media. So I'll update those hours in the holiday stuff that we're going to do.
All right, you get me the holiday hours, and I'd like to see the clams Portuguese and the flan, and we'll get it out there and post it for you. All right, folks.
Okay,
this is another edition of New England Restaurant Exposé, sponsored by Sports Fan Base Network of Rhode Island, sfbnri.com. This is the wave of the future right now. We wish we could go into restaurants, but with COVID, we're doing everything over the internet. And if you're interested, get in touch with us at info@rilocalfoodie.com if you'd like to have your restaurant showcased. Thanks again. We'll see you next week. Nick Iannuccilli, chef, owner of Iannuccilli Restaurant. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you.